With the 10th pick in the 2026 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Raven Johnson from the University of South Carolina.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. I hope all is well. I sound different. I am stuffy. I am just getting over, I believe, a cold, but I think it was allergies or I think it was a mix of two. Um, but I hope all is well. You all know, most of you all know that I'm a South Carolina fan, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Excuse me. I wasn't a big South Carolina fan or I really did not watch a lot of women college basketball. Um, I didn't know who Caitlin Clark was until 2003, until the Final Four. Well, I believe around that time, or maybe the Elite Eight or Sweet 16. I really did not watch college women's college basketball like that. But I became a South Carolina fan. I watched them here and there. I watched the 2002 championship game, but I became a big South Carolina fan uh, after they lost to Iowa in the 2003 Final Four when Raven Johnson, of course, got waved off by Caitlin Clark. And I didn't know who she was, but I just knew it was embarrassing for her. And, she speaks on this, and I did a video on this 2 years ago, how it was embarrassing for her.
Caitlin's competitive, so I don't blame her for what she did, but I mean, it did hurt me. It definitely hurt me bad to the point that I wanted to quit basketball. And I'm just glad that I had the resources that I had, the coaches that I had, the teammates that I had to help me get over that hump. And I just feel like it helped me. Like, it made me mentally strong. Just, I feel like if I can handle that, I can handle anything in life. So,
To be ridiculed like that, made fun of like that. I believe she said that they called her a monkey and things like that. But again, she came back, and she came back the next year and won the championship against the team that beat them in the Final Four. And she played excellent against Caitlin Clark. But I became a South Carolina fan because of Raven Johnson. I'm gonna be honest with you, because of Raven Johnson and her relationship and how she have grown, her relationship with her coach, her relationship with her players, with her teammates, and just seeing the leadership throughout the years from her freshman season, well, from her sophomore season into her senior year. So I just want to talk about her being drafted to the Indiana Fever and the reaction of many of her fans, many of us. I'm a South Carolina fan. I'm a Raven Johnson fan, but I'm gonna be honest with you. There is a lot of negative talk coming from other Fever fans, but also coming from the Raven Johnson fans as well. And you know, we know what she went through. We know that she worked hard. We know that she's a good player, and there is a lot of talk saying that she shouldn't have been selected as the Fever player, the Fever's their draft pick because they don't need a guard, and we should get the playing time. I think that this is an opportunity, for her to, show who she is and show what she got. I think that she is a great defender. I think she is an improved shooter. Um, but many of us are saying, well, why would they draft her? I feel sorry for Raven, due to the trauma that she went through with Caitlin Clark. And we know that it was trauma, and I'm not making light of that.
Wait a minute. I ain't even gonna lie. Why did I want Raven on a different team in the East?
I just want to make something clear to us, the Raven Johnson fans. Like, she is happy with this pick. She is humble with that. That's what we are forgetting, that Raven Johnson is a humble person. Um, I love the way she is humble. I love the way she 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 doesn't boast about herself. She doesn't um say, well, I'm the girl, I am the one on the team, I'm this, I'm that. It's all about the team. It's all about her just being humble with her achievements. Like she knows that she works hard. She knows that she worked hard. She worked hard in the offseason on her shot, I believe, with Anthony Edwards, who was also from Atlanta, Georgia. But she is very humble. She was the Sacramento region most valuable player in the Final Four in the Sacramento region, and she was shocked about that.
And the most outstanding player from South Carolina,
Like, you're a good player, Raven Johnson. And she was even shocked at being picked number 10.
Oh, I did not think I was gonna get my name called. I'm be honest. I was like, oh, all these cameras coming in my face. But when they called my name, I was like, me? Out of all, like, I thought I would have been a lower pick, honestly. But it's a blessing. Like, to get to hear your name get called, you dream of times like this. As a little girl, I've seen people in front of me that get their names called, and I always said I wanted to be that person one day. So a team just to believe in me and draft me, it means a lot. So I just want to say thank you to Indiana.
And a lot of people again are talking negative about her, saying, she's not a good shooter. This is not a good fit. We need a big man, or we need a center. We need a forward. And we just keep drafting guards. But and some are saying, it's a weird situation. She's back. She's on a team with Caitlin Clark, and a lot of people are saying, this is not going to work out. I feel sorry for her. It's going to be hard for me to watch with her being on Caitlin Clark's team, the one who dissed her, the one who made her almost quit basketball. But again, Raven Johnson said that she was happy and glad that she went through that. Not saying that she wanted to go through that, but it was something that made her grow into the player that she is today. And she has improved greatly. Now, and I'm sure there's probably some trauma with that, but she's not letting that hold her back. She is just humbled and proud. She is just humbled and happy and happy to be drafted by the WNBA, by a WNBA team. And she said herself that the person that she is most looking forward to playing with is Caitlin Clark.
Which teammate at the Fever are you the most excited to play with?
Caitlin Clark.
What about Caitlin?
She's a phenomenal player. I mean, with the things she does is far standard. Like, she shoot the ball, could lead a team, and they win. Like, she has a winning mentality, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Because that's you.
Yep.
And she's going to be there with Aaliyah Boston and Ty Harris. Both are former South Carolina players, former players under Coach Staley, and she feels comfortable there. Now I'm hoping, I'm believing that she will make the team. I don't know if she signed a contract already, but I'm hearing that there is, or that there was a contract signed. I don't know. I I read, I don't know if it's true or not, but it was saying for 4 years. I think I I don't know the amount. Let me look. Evan Johnson signs contract. Yeah. So Raven Johnson, it says that Raven Johnson signed a 4 year contract with the Indiana Fever based on the rookie wage scale. The deal is okay, valued at approximately a million, 1,294,367 over the next 4 years. So that's pretty good. That's over 280, and, and it goes up. That's in year one. She's projected to make 289,000, 300,000 in year two, and some, I'm sorry, 200. Year one is 289,133, 300,000, 698 dollars, 330,768, and then we have 373,768. So it goes up each year. I'm praying, I'm hoping that she makes this team, and I think that she will. I mean, if she signed a contract, doesn't mean that she's on the team. I don't know. I could be wrong. There could be. I don't know. But here's my thing, and then I'm gonna shut up. We as Raven Johnson fans should be happy for her. She's not upset that she got drafted by the Fever. She is just humbled and happy that she was drafted, and that the hard work shows, and she's happy and she's ready to go, and I think that's one thing that we have to just focus on her happiness, focus on her career, and wherever she goes, and it's to be expected that people are going to have something to say about her because she's a professional. She's in the limelight. She was a college star. you know so when you're in the spotlight, people are going to have negative things to say, and people are going to have positive things to say, and we have to just realize that people talk about me, and I only have 400 and something subscribers, and not a lot of people look at my channel, but people are going to talk, and that's just the way it is. But I want us as Raven Johnson fans to just realize how humble she is and how happy she is to be drafted. And she could, from what I see, she could care less who she got drafted to. She's just happy and feels blessed that she has been drafted. So we have to stop this narrative of, why would they draft her? Because they felt that they needed her. They felt that they needed her. They needed this type of player. And let me say something. Ravens defense is just on point. It's just on point. She stopped Caitlin Clark, and I think that this is also going to help Caitlin in practice. And I know that Raven's a rookie. I'm not, going to sit here and act like she's a veteran, but her defense is on point, and I'm sure there are other players in the WNBA who has defense like Raven, or even probably better defense than Raven. But we have to realize that this is something. We have to realize that Raven is humble. She didn't have a problem. It seems like she doesn't have a problem. It seems like she doesn't have a problem being a Fever. And if she doesn't have a problem with it, and if she's okay, if she is excited to play with Caitlin Clark. So why are we upset about it? Fans will be fans, and it comes with the territory. It doesn't matter what team she's on. I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't matter what team she got drafted to. The Indiana fans will probably have something to say about her anyway because of her play in the 2024 championship against at Caitlin Clark, or even in 2023, with the wave. So I'm sure something would have took place, whether she was on another team or not. Whenever they came into the arena, the fans would have said something. But that's what I'm saying. So we should, as Raven Johnson fans, we should rejoice. Let's go to scripture. It says, let's go to Romans 12:15. It says, rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. So if she is happy, it seems like she's happy, we should be happy with her. We don't care about how you feel about the Indiana fans. If you don't want to watch, then don't watch. If you don't want to support the Fever, then don't watch. But Raven is a part of the Fever now. And we have to celebrate that she was drafted to the team that she was drafted to. And we can continue to watch her play, right? So those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Should we just keep our mouths shut and just understand that Raven is humble and she is not complaining? So why should we complain? Or should we just keep on making a fuss about it and having a issue and trying to bring this player against that player and that player against that player? Even even Aaliyah Boston said that she had no beef with Caitlin. Once they became teammates, and Caitlin beat her in 2023, right before Aaliyah was drafted, and then the next year Caitlin was drafted, and it seemed like they get along very well, and I believe that is what's going to happen with Raven and Caitlin. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. God bless you all. Be safe.